dirty clothes basket, and miraculously the dirty clothes would come out of the dirty clothes basket and it would be moved into my drawers. And I never really paid attention to it. I'd have dirty clothes one day, and then one day I'd wake up, or one day I'd get up and I'd have clean clothes. And I never fully understood how it happened. It just happened. My mom did it. My mom would wash my clothes, and then she would fold it up, and then she would put it in my drawer. And I just had clean clothes. That's just the way it worked. And it worked that way for almost 20 years in my life. And then one day I got married, and I realized that this didn't happen magically. This wasn't a miracle. This was a process. This was a process of you take dirty clothes and somebody puts it into the washing machine, and somebody puts soap in there, and then they put the soap and it washes, and then you take it out of the washing machine and you put it in the dryer, and then you take it out of the dryer and somebody folds it up or somebody hangs it up. And that's the process of dirty clothes to clean clothes. Well, I didn't know that. I mean, I was a little boy. I had never washed clothes ever. I had never washed it until I was married. And so I remember the first time, Miranda, we probably had been married for a couple of weeks, and I remember seeing the clothes basket, and it kept getting fuller and taller and taller. And before I knew it, I was out of clean clothes. And so I just naturally expected that somebody, I didn't know who, but somebody would come and take this dirty clothes and put it into the washer and wash it and then put it into the dryer and then fold it up and hang it up. I just naturally expected that somebody would, my mom, Brandy, her mom, somebody, just not me. And so I said to Brandy one day, I said, I'm out of clean clothes. And you know what she had the audacity to say? You guys know what she said, don't you? You guys already know. You know her very well. She said, well, wash it. Wash some. And I was shocked. I couldn't believe that here I was at 20 years old about to wash clothes. I had no idea how to wash clothes. And so that was my experience with clothes washing. Because I just naturally thought that somebody washed it, somebody folded it up, and there it was, and it just happened. So young man, if you're getting married or you'll be married soon, the best advice I can give you is learn to wash clothes, because you'll do some of it after you're married. But with God, sometimes that's how it works, because God does a lot of things that we don't have to think about. God has created processes in our lives that we don't ever think about. Like, think about this for a moment, real quick. Everybody take a deep breath, go, and then I'll breathe out. All right? So everybody right now, we just breathe in oxygen. And our body does that naturally. Nobody has to tell you to breathe. Nobody has to teach you how to breathe. Nobody gives you instructions to breathe. You just breathe, and the oxygen comes in and the carbon dioxide goes out. That's just the process that God has created. And then God has given us trees and plants and all sorts of different things that produce oxygen. And so we don't even have to make our own oxygen. God just makes it. And most of us, with maybe the exception of Dylan, the sun is good for us, and the sun and God has created the sun for us. And you know that it is healthy for you to get sun. I guess it's called vitamin E. There's a vitamin that you get from the sun. Now, someone like me, I get a lot of it, and my skin turns a beautiful brown color. And Dylan, well, poor Dylan. And so for the most part, we don't have to think about it. We just wake up, we go out, the sun gives us health, and we don't think about it. God put the sun right where it needs to be, and that's where the sun is, and we're the right distance from the sun. And then we don't think about it. Or think about your body. and this is going to sound a little bit gross, but nobody has to teach your body to get rid of waste, right? So God has created our body, and these are some nasty processes when you really think about it. Sometimes I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'll feel like a piece of earwax just kind of like fall out, right? Nobody has to tell the earwax to fall out, does it? It just doesn't. Nobody has to tell the earwax to be there, but it's there. Nobody tells your nose hairs to grow out, does it? But you know that your nose hairs are vital to your health. It keeps all sorts of stuff out of your nose. But nobody tells it. God just did it. Because God is the one who provides. And so when we say God is our provider, what we're saying is that God is the one who does all these things for us. And we don't have to do it because God is our provider. And so when Jesus was teaching his disciples to pray, he says, this is the way I want you to pray. I want you to pray in this way. And so he says, pray, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And then Jesus changes, and then he says, pray this way and say, give us this day our daily bread. Because Jesus recognized something very critical that he was teaching the disciples, that he is teaching us today, is that God is able to provide for all of our needs.